Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Esther giving you another episode on Philodendron. January 2 of this year, guys, I happened to pass by a local garden and I checked whether they have rare plants. So when I found out they have this plant that is somewhat rare and expensive. So when I asked how much it is, the gardener said it is only 150 or 150 pesos because they need to transfer to a new place and they have a hard time bringing the plants with them. So as if it is a sale price of 150. So I bought one. This one is the plant. I'm not very sure of what it is, but since I like the leaves, so the leaves are pleasing to my eyes, so I purchased one. So it happened to be somewhat Philodendron Obliqua. So, but I'm not very sure of it. But when I happened to watch Kaylee Ellen's YouTube video on Obliqua versus Adansonaii, so I am sure that this plant that I purchased is really Obliqua. So these are the reasons, guys. The first reason, guys, for the Obliqua, the leaves, especially the holes, are somewhat bigger and round or rounder. Look at the holes, big and somewhat round. Look at the holes. So for the Adansonaii, the holes are smaller and it is narrower and somewhat it is oblong in shape, unlike the Obliqua. So that's one difference. The leaves, bigger holes on the leaves and rounder. Here, smaller holes and somewhat elongated and narrower holes. Still on the leaves of Obliqua, the tip of the leaves are somewhat rounder, and the distance from one hole or the end hole to the tip is shorter. This is Obliqua, guys. Look at this one. That is Obliqua. The other leaf. Bigger holes. The Adansonaii. From the hole, the end hole of the leaf has a distance from the tip of the leaves and narrow tip. Look at the tip of Adansonaii. It is really narrow, parang pointed and narrow. And still on the leaves, the Obliqua has thinner leaves, which is very important characteristic of your Obliqua. That's why I really am sure that it is Obliqua, is that on the leaves again, the Obliqua have frills on the leaves. In Tagalog, it's like kulubot or kulot-kulot in Bisaya. kulubot siya, guys. Kulot, parang kulot-kulot. It's not fine. When you are going to touch it, parang kulubot siya. Kulot, nakulot in Bisaya. Kulubot in Tagalog. That's the leaves of Obliqua. It has frills on it. Frills. But on the Adansonaii, leaves, especially the edges, are straight and parang fine lang siya. It's fine. Oh, you cannot feel frills on it for the Adansonaii. Okay, here it has frills. That is Obliqua. So one common characteristic I mean is the frills on the leaves of Obliqua and not on the Adansonaii. Another characteristic of your Obliqua, guys, is that it is slow grower. It grows slowly. So I purchased this one last January too with 4 leaves already. 4 leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4. But as of now, it has only 3 additional small leaves. I don't know if it is because it is placed in the shaded area, but it's not growing fast. That is one characteristic of your Obliqua. Maybe that's why it is expensive, because it's not growing fast. It's not easy to propagate if it's not growing fast. So for your Adansonaii, guys, look at that. The stem is growing longer already, from that part to this part. So double in growth with compared to your Obliqua. So it has only stem, guys. Stem that is as if climbing. The stem is climbing, growing fast. Okay. And look at the stem. At the tip of the stem, it has already leaves growing. Look at the Obliqua. At the end of the stem, it has runners, parang runners or stolons, but it's not yet leaves. Oh, it's long. It's 1/2 ruler in length. So another characteristic of your Obliqua, as they said, guys, as I have research, is the presence of stolons. They call it stolons or runners. So if you notice, runners are actually, these are growth from the node of the plants that produces somewhat leaves, nodes, or these are the long stems that produces at the node of the plant. These long stems will actually grow leaves later on, like that. I know that's why I really am convinced that this is Obliqua, because of the presence of the runners. The gardener said she does not like this kind of plant because there are long stems that are growing as long as 3 feet long. So there are, I saw it myself, the runners there. When I purchased it, I saw it myself, because there are, I think, mga 10 pieces of this kind of plant in the garden. So I saw it myself. Runners are growing at the nodes, and she cut it. The gardener cut it and plant it again. So this one, that's one runner. The other one, that's the second runner. The third one, actually there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 runners that she cut to plant another Obliqua. So she doesn't like it. So that's why she sold it at a lower price. But when I return the next day, it's all gone. It's all sold. Maybe the one of the seller knew that this is Obliqua and bought it all. So the presence of the runners in the node of the Obliqua is one very common characteristic of Obliqua. So look at the Adansonaii, guys. There is no runner at the node. It's only stem up to here. So if you want to propagate this one, you simply cut the stem. In this Obliqua, if you want to propagate this one, she said, the gardener said she will cut the runner and propagate it, because that will grow leaves later on. So that's the difference, guys, between the Philodendron Obliqua and Philodendron Adansonaii. So I'm so lucky I mistakenly purchased Obliqua in the local gardeners area. So that's why when I knew that this is Obliqua, I place it in the shaded area away from the eyes of the people that will visit the house. So it grows slowly. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned something from my video, the differences between Philodendron Obliqua and Philodendron Adansonaii. So I hope, or lucky for you if you have Obliqua at home. So you're one of the few people who owns one. So this is a rare Philodendron. Very few got it, because aside from it's expensive, there are less people who can own this. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for staying up to this point in my video. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing by clicking the like button, writing your comments, and clicking subscribe and hitting the notification button so that you will be updated in my upcoming videos. So once again, guys, thank you. See you in my next videos.